High Spots and Cheap Pops presents your Moment in the Valley. This is Silicon Steve Valli. And folks, what can I say? We are 6 days removed from finding out that Vincent Kennedy McMahon has wormed his way, if you want to call it that, muscled his way, manipulated his way, any M-word back you want to say, works his way back into the company. We are 5 days removed from Stephanie McMahon assuring all employees of the meeting is that the leadership is not going to change. Everything's going to stay the way it is. He's just going to spearhead a sale of the company. And late yesterday, we are about 24 hours removed from Stephanie McMahon absolutely dropping the bombshell, completely contradictory of what she said on Friday, as she resigns. That, my friends, is incredible. And the reason that first couple parts is important is because she did contradict herself. The bottom line here is no matter which way you cut it, Stephanie McMahon has completely gone back on what she's saying. And what that tells you is that there's instability and there's not a clear path as to what is ahead. Now there are rumors that Vince McMahon has decided he's going to sell WWE to a Saudi group, which we know a lot. If you haven't, just research Sharia law. Have a chuckle. And obviously the Saudi shows have been extraordinarily controversial at best. Some really good ones, some terrible ones. The first few were absolutely unwatchable. But a lot of people are calling it blood money. And is Vince McMahon a guy who's always prided himself on being this great American and this great proud to be an American? Is he really going to sell it to a Saudi group, which in many respects doesn't hold the American values dear? That's a question. Is Vince McMahon even capable of selling it to a Saudi, or is he using the Saudis simply to up the price for any other suitors for his company, for his creation? That is the question. And folks, I don't know the answer to that. I wish I did. If I knew the answer to that, I would go on the internet and say I did. Which brings me to the next thing. Dirt sheet writers. It's not, but before we get in to something I really have a big bone to pick with all of the wrestling news sites, it's getting out of hand. But we're going to get to that in a second. What we wanted to do is we wanted to read the tweet, and here is the tweet from Stephanie. About 8 months ago, I took a leave of absence and within a few weeks unexpectedly had the opportunity of a lifetime. Translation: 8 months ago, my father was getting into a shitload of trouble. I saw it coming a mile away, and I decided to say, fuck this. He's incorrigible anyway. He's a creepy old fuck, and I'm over it. I'm going to see my daughters grow up. And then he starts getting caught literally with his goddamn pants down, paying a bunch of women just to not say about how big his dick is. It's fucked. So they beg me to come back, and I take over as co-CEO and chairwoman of the board of WWE. And then she puts over Nick Khan. I cannot put into words how proud I am to have led what I consider to be the greatest company in the world, working alongside a remarkable leadership team and one of the strongest executives I have known in my co-CEO, Nick Khan. Now, she goes, our founder, Vince McMahon, has returned as executive chair and is leading an exciting process regarding strategic alternatives. Let's, for shits and giggles, translate that to what she really means. My father is fucking up, and he's using his power in terms of his shares to muscle his way back, and honestly, I'm over his bullshit. Fuck it. And with Nick's leadership and Paul Triple H Levesque as chief content officer, I am confident WWE is in the perfect place to continue to provide unparalleled creative content and drive maximum value for our shareholders. By the way, it says Dear WWE Universe. She is not talking to any of the schmucks in the WWE Universe. I'm including myself in that. He's not doing it, folks. Not that. She's talking specifically to people who own stock like myself who are shitting a brick because it was going in such a great direction, this company. It was going in such a good direction. Creatively, the buzz about the product was getting hotter than it's been in years. The mid-cards are absolutely entertaining and great. Triple H is knocking almost every single episode out of the park. And now everyone's scared shitless. Also, if the rumors are true about selling it to a Saudi group, wow. That flies in the face of what anybody that owns WWE stock would ever want. Anyways, we move on. WWE is in such a strong position that I've decided to return to my leave and take it one step further with my official resignation. So she leaves the company as a whole, not as a see you when I see you. And it's a sad day. Honestly, I'm going to put Stephanie over. She has been as good of an ambassador for WWE as you could ever have. Classy woman, smart, strong. I wouldn't say created women's wrestling, and some people have made fun of her for saying, which she never did. She definitely helped women get to a level of recognizability and get to a level where they are. And obviously, if it wasn't for the stars, people like the Four Horsewomen, people like Alexa Bliss, people like that, if it wasn't for them, that's what really caused women's professional wrestling to take center stage. It was the women who were the talented ones who actually knew how to wrestle and knew how to entertain the fans on a deeper level than just look at my ass, which many, and I'm not going to mention names, but that's pretty much all you had for about 20 years outside of Trish Stratus, Lita era. And I'll include Beth Phoenix and Mickie James. You know, women who could actually wrestle. They look great, but they can also wrestle. WWE got away with that. They brought in a bunch of women who are drop dead gorgeous, but couldn't wrestle their way out of a box. The storylines and the acting and everything was usually pretty crappy, and it was not entertaining. And maybe I was a little older, so I wasn't jacking off as much. If I was jerking off all the time, maybe I'd be all about it. But I got really perverted too. I mean, you know, not to say that I never, well, we don't have to go there. Point being is Stephanie McMahon has been nothing but a cherish to watch flourish as an ambassador for the brand, outstanding role model for women. You know, we can't blame Stephanie or Shane for that matter for what their father did. You just can't. It's not right. And Stephanie has showed herself as one of the really classy people from the McMahon family. You could argue the classiest. And I certainly would say that. And so I wish her nothing but the best. I wish her happiness and love to her family and health to her family. And that includes Triple H. And I'm not trying to kiss. Look, I don't mince words with the McMahons, and I never have. So this is coming from the heart. So Stephanie, nothing but blessings to you and good luck to you. You've been, you're somebody that I can point to I can look at my daughter and say, that's a strong woman right there. That's an awesome, beautifully strong woman. She finishes with, I truly love our company, our employees, our superstars, and our fans. And I am grateful to all of our partners. Thank you for everything. Then, now, forever, together, forever. Then and now, forever together. That's Steph McMahon. Forever until yesterday. Then it's not forever. But it's a wild, man. It's a wild time. For the first time ever, WWE will not be controlled in some way by a McMahon.
Hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. High Spots and Cheap Pops presents Your Moment in the Valley. See you guys later. Here endeth the lesson.